Attention! And hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here. And welcome to One Military Camp, a military base building simulator where not only do we get to build our military bases across our nation, but also the armies as well. We actually get a little bit of tactical strategy in this one where we have to then conquer locations that are important for a military, like munitions, fuel, medical supplies, and food to fight a massive invasion. That's right, our nation has been invaded, and now it's time for us to bring the fight to the enemy by recruiting people and sending them out to the military camp to train to be the best in the world. Well, today's episode is sponsored by One Military Camp, so make sure you check down below in the description for the lovely link down there to get this one for yourself. We've seen this game many a time on the channel before, early access beta and demos, and when I first saw this game I thought, oh no, it's a mobile game. Oh, no, it's not actually. Far from it. And it actually plays like what you would wish all mobile games had played like. In fact, it plays a lot like Evil Genius, and that is absolutely delightful. Not only do we get to build one military base, but we get to build many across our nation in many different terrains of tundra and jungle and desert. Of course, all those different theaters of war would have different troops to specialize in things like sniping and flamethrowers and tanks and pilots for helicopters and aircraft, and of course troops on the ground to get the job done. So, welcome aboard, good to see you all here, and glory to Raptoria down below in that comment section. Get it going as we take our first look now at the full release of One Military Camp. Much more to see here than ever before, so I'm quite excited. Let's go ahead and get started with a new game. Ah, the new recruits. Excellent. Oh, I forgot about the bear statue in the middle of the camp, of course.
Hey!
Ah, Sergeant Hawkins, welcome back. Stop right there. Hands up and turn around very slowly.
Huh?
Oh, so you're the replacement they sent me from the Officer Academy. Looking like that? I'll have to make do. If High Command considers you worthy, then so do I. There's no other option. Hope you're ready to work. I'm Sergeant John Hawkins. My friends call me Sergeant Hawkins. My mom calls me Sergeant Hawkins. Okay. From now on, I'm Sergeant Hawkins to you. I'm responsible for this facility, the One Military Camp. And my mission is to stop that damn dragon, the criminal. He's ruled over the other territories with an iron fist for over a year now, where all that stands in the way of his evil plans of conquest. My best soldiers and my worst ones are being held captive in his territory. We weren't able to react in time. If only we had General Deanna Birdwhistle with us, things would have turned out differently.
Hey!
But you're here to change that. Keep your ears open, look forward, chest out. This camp is all we have left. It may look dilapidated now, but that's because you haven't started working yet. Our chance to stop Dragon is a very rusty piece of iron in every blade of grass. In every wooden log, we will just need to do some fine-tuning. Follow me inside and I'll bring you up to date. We'll talk about your haircut later.
Hey.
March. No, it's actually... Well, yeah, I guess it is March. Oh, he means to... Yeah, of course. I love the building, by the way. It looks like an old Wendy's or like a fast food restaurant from the 80s. Those of you who know, you know. Gonna be honest with you, this camp is a complete disaster. Nothing works, nothing's repaired, and more than anything, we need people. We had to completely abandon it, but then we had to take it back when Dragon seized our other positions. That's why we've gone unnoticed all this time. Go, and feel free to explore the camp, but don't hurt yourself. Once you're familiar with the basic controls, select the barracks. You got it, sir. Love the detail. By the way, this is much better than before. We'll go ahead and go with the tutorial this time. So basically telling us how to start setting up the camp, building things like that. There's a lot of detail here, much more than before. Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and take a look around a little bit. Nice. Some good detailed roads. Look at the detail in the blades of grass and all the trees and such. There's posters out front to recruit the troops and let everybody know that they can sign up. You, of course, have old school Willie Jeeps and a little outhouse there. I've even seen in some screenshots some tanks like M1 Abrams and not M1 Abrams, but Shermans. Maybe actually we'll get some more modern equipment too. But this kind of blends World War II and modern day U.S. equipment with a lot of other stuff as well. It's just kind of one of those games that does that. So rotate the camera view. All right, you got it. Cool. Zoom into a building. Done. Select the barracks. That's up here. What is this building? Oh, it's the private house for, like, officers. Okay. Well, let's select the barracks. And here we go. The barracks is where our troops have a chance to rest. It's not all about work. You have to keep your mind and body healthy. Each barracks can hold up to 7 cadets. Keep that in mind when things get crowded. As you can see, our barracks has no power. Like I said, we're running on fumes. Without light, our men and women will find out what the darkest hours really like. We need to fix that. Build an electric generator to supply the whole area. All right, let's build that electric generator. So we got our building down here. So yeah, we have the ability to recruit and look at all of our soldiers. We have a building list, economy window, which of course we have to basically buy supplies. And since our nation is overstretched with the full-scale invasion, we probably need to ascertain it via other means. Like, for example, killing the enemy, basically. Oh, wow, look at all these buildings. Yeah, so a lot of these are like intelligence training, speed training. Again, going back to what I said about Evil Genius, this is the greatest way to compare it to where it's like you'd have a live fire exercise for like artillery or for sniping or whatnot. And so your troops need to be trained in all sorts of different things other than just like their particular job. So they need to be, they have to have endurance and agility and intelligence to then be a sniper. So they have to first train on those 3 basics or more, and then on their specialties. So like I mentioned, sniping or sabotage or whatnot. So yeah, it looks like we're producing 5 energy so far, it looks like. We have logistics, we have essential beds, health, other things like this to monitor at the camp. But let's build that electric generator. And they want us to put it right next to the lovely private home. Yep. A well-lit barracks is just the way I like it. Now the newbies will have a place to take a breather after training. Great. Now we have a place to sleep. Let's talk about the chow. Find the canteen and click on it. That'd be right over here. Yep. And the cool thing is this actually has their own garden in the back. And boy, does it look like it's in bad shape. Look at that kitchen. It's disgusting. It's like a nightmare from like The Sims. Look at that. Oh, God. Pots and pans everywhere, everything boiled over. Is that a mushroom growing in the corner? I don't even want to know. That looks horrific. Well, we got to get it into shape, so let's do it. Army chow. You never forget the taste. Wow, and look at his face. He loves it. Back in my day, they even used to toss in an old tire or two. This gourmet food by comparison. Let's use this old canteen, but to do that, we should connect it to the rest of the camp. Build a road to the canteen. Right. Yeah, look at the amount of space that we have, too. So we will be able to build a base in many different biomes of this size, and we might have to worry about things like being attacked too. So there's potential for the enemy to launch drone strikes at us or airstrikes of many other types. So yeah, we have to not only defend against external threats, but also possibly internal threats too. If you remember Papers, Please, people trying to infiltrate and sabotage that way. So there are people who might try to sneak through and get recruited from you, and they're spies. And then they might try to sabotage your anti-aircraft defenses or something like that and launch a drone strike against you. All right, let's build a nice little road. I guess we'll build it this way. Let's see. I guess we'll build it like this, and they want it there. Let's build a little, I guess, a road around it. There we go. Good job. This road will help our troops reach the canteen easily. Now we have to connect it to the power grid. Build some electric poles to power the canteen. You got it. Now I'm really, I don't know. I want to put in a lot of work into this base. I want it to be the pride of the nation. So I try to, as best I can, make it face the correct direction. So I think what we could do is connect it like this, and that should bring it within connection like that. Ah, very nice. And I like how it faces the right direction. Let there be light. Yep. It's starting to work. Good. Now we have to hire a cook, preferably someone who doesn't add chunks of tire to the soup. Some buildings like the canteen require us to hire some people, and by that I mean qualified personnel. Workers can sleep in the barracks with the troops, but the morale will be higher if you build them a private house. If we want them to do their jobs well, we have to make sure they have the best accommodations. Luckily, I had a private house built for the first cook, but if you bring in more employees, you'll have to build more. Remember that. I put up some advertisements to bring in new candidates. First one should be here any minute now. Let's see if anyone came in and can help us. Right. So we're looking for a chef or a cook now. Look at this guy, Hansel Papaski. You can see every candidate has their own specific skills. The skills we want depends on the job. On one hand, they have skills which are their basic abilities. On the other hand, they have traits which show us their special talents. Pay close attention and only hire the best. Looks like this guy isn't a bad cook. Says he makes an incredible cabbage soup. My favorite. There's no room for incompetence at the camp, so be careful about who you hire. Don't want any unpleasant surprises. Select him and hire him as a cook. All right, there you go. So we have, portrait, a bunch of other details here on everybody's name and background, and some other skills like a good cook, defensive knowledge, and also a night owl, and then his speed, strength, intelligence, and accuracy. And we're going to hire him as a cook. So not only are we hiring troops for, like, for example, being riflemen or, like observers, forward observers, or snipers, but also people to work at the camp. So people to work at the infirmary, people to do research for us, people to work on maintenance and other things like that. So we'll go ahead and hire our cook for $3.50 a day. Hey, there we go. That's the spirit. Now this guy has joined us. Our troops will eat like kings. I'm dying to taste his soup, but it's still early. First, we have to get the canteen ready. This building has been abandoned for a long time. It's in terrible condition. Look at those floors. It's disgusting. We need to hire a maintenance worker to straighten out this mess. Those workers will make sure our buildings are always in good condition. If we don't look after them, our troops won't be able to train. It's crucial work. On top of that, we're also in charge of managing our camp warehouses and supplies. They're our go-to guys for everything. How about hiring a maintenance worker? Once we have one, select the canteen info and request it to be clean. Back in my day, we just had a toothbrush. Make sure it gets sparkling clean. I want to see my reflection in those floors. Well, literally, it's a dirt floor, so it's going to be a hell of a job, but all right. Let's get it done. So, a new person to recruit. Let's see what we got here. Robert Clark. You're going to be our maintenance guy, I suppose. And hire.
Hey!
What are you doing? That's not the specialization I asked for. Here, let me show you how this works. Once you've successfully completed the mission, you can hire whoever you want. Alright, so now we need to build ourselves a house for him. And also this other maintenance building, which, yeah, it should bring it right down there. Perfect, so we'll put maintenance next to the canteen, I suppose. Right there would be fine. And let's build our road across. Oh, yeah, we also need to build another private home. I guess we'll build that here. Yeah, so when oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, too, this game also has a sandbox mode, so if you just want to endlessly build bases and go on missions and not really go with the story, you can kind of do things in any order you want and try to build the best bases and try to get the best score in some of the invasions and whatnot, so that's pretty cool. There you have the option to do it. Alright, we want to hire a maintenance guy. Well, that's the same guy as before. That's a little that's what I just tried to do. I guess we have to hire him after we have the maintenance building. Alright, everything's okay. Get to work. I want to see the camp squeaky clean. Moving on, camp maintenance is in good hands. All we're missing now is supplies. We can't run the canteen if we don't have any food, can we? We'll have to take care of this. Supplies are essential for keeping the machinery running. We want to be careful and make sure that we have to be careful to make sure we always have a constant flow of resources. The main supplies are fuel, medicine, food, medicine, and ammo. The downside is that they're hard for us to find. To get them, we'll have to talk to some suppliers. Let's go to the map and I'll explain it to you. Ah, yes, here's the world map. Very much reminding me again of Evil Genius, and I love it. This is the country map. As you can see, Dragon has taken control of almost every region. That reluctant fool. Damn him. Bring up the map. Either you press the country map icon at the bottom left, or you can zoom out until the map appears. If you want to return to the camp, yeah, it's basically the opposite. Zoom in. Look closely. Those little buildings, some of them are resource suppliers. The problem is that most of them are in areas controlled by Dragon. As we complete missions, we'll unlock new territories and gain access to those suppliers. We have more competitive prices. Some have more competitive prices or greater production capacity. Keep an eye out for good deals. We can save some money. Anyway, go back to camp. we need to talk about how to manage our supplies. Right, so there's buildings out here like hospitals and factories and fast food restaurants and other types of smaller clinics and whatnot that can provide us different materials, different resources, and also different quantities, and also at different prices. There's a fuel station there, for example. We'll need warehouses to manage our supplies. Warehouses allow us to store the precious resources. They come in varieties depending on various types depending on what they hold. Don't mix food with fuel or you might have an unexpected accident. You also have to place them close to the buildings that need them because our maintenance personnel will have to go back and forth pushing the wheelbarrow. If you put a warehouse too far away, they'll have to run a marathon just to get there. Build our first food warehouse near the canteen. Okay, let's do it. Warehouse time for food. Nugs. Alright, perfect. That's right, a brand new warehouse. Our maintenance staff will be in charge of distributing the supplies. In the meantime, let's contact our first supplier. If you look at the warehouse info panel, you can bring up the supplier list. We only have one right now, but more will appear as we gain new territories. Check your map from time to time to compare suppliers and unlock territories. You can also contact them from your map if that's easier. Mark my words, managing your supplies is one of the keys to success. But enough of chit-chat. Our warehouse won't be worth a thing if we don't put something in it. Request our first food order. Alright, let's do it. Top bun. Love it. Memes. Alright, let's go ahead and order some burgers, y'all. And they should be flown in via chopper. Nice. Well done. The food reserves are at optimal levels. But beware, nothing lasts forever. Our buildings will let you know when they're low on supplies, so you can order another shipment. You can also order from the info panel for each warehouse or the supplier on the country map. It's up to you, but make sure we never run out of supplies. Now that you know how it's done, how about building a fuel warehouse to supply our electric generator? Remember, the more warehouses we have, the more maintenance workers we'll need. You'll need to hire someone else. Let's get to work. All right, let's do it. Yeah, we need more workers eventually. But yeah, let's build that fuel storage. And I guess we could put that over by the electric generator. Put it like that. I'm really a stickler for design here. And I want to do things a little differently. When I get sandbox motor, when the training wheels are taken off from the tutorial. But I am looking forward to the full campaign. Alright, Just Gas is delivering just that. Just gas. Nice. Oh, they don't like the noise of the helicopter. Yeah. Alright, cool. So what's next? Hire another maintenance worker. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. We'll assign somebody. I feel like it would be nice if we could just click on the person to do that, but we'll have Sophia Ortiz go ahead and work as a maintenance worker now. Welcome aboard, recruit. You're now in maintenance. It's starting to look like a real camp. We have supplies, a place to eat, and sleep. It's time to get to work. Let's start with training buildings. Our troops have to get through some tough training before they can pick a specialization. There are many different specializations, from pilot to comms operator or even spy. Each specialization requires a different set of skills. That's why the first skills training is the most important. A new recruit comes in. We'll need to think very carefully about what training we can give them and what specializations we need most. For now, let's focus on two kinds of basic training. Build a strength training building and an intelligence training building. Oh, and one more thing. Choose where to build them wisely. Training buildings make a distinct sound like an enemy's weapon. Best to keep the barracks away from entertainment areas so our troops get some sleep at night. You need to clear the ground. Remember, you can delete stuff. Let's get to work. Okay, yeah. Cool, look at the sniper rifle there. I like the details inside the buildings, too. Again, going back to maybe like 2 Point Hospital or whatnot. You got benches. You got like a nice little rug and some filing cabinets, a moose up there. And the officers actually looking around in files and stuff. Very nice. Okay, let's get to work on our fully functional intelligence training building. There we go. Wow, look at all the buildings in this game, too. There's a Navy commander specialization. Wonder if that is what this is for, like literally launching boats. We're going to have naval officers. We could train everybody here. It's one military camp. It kind of encompasses all the branches together, so that way you can easily play with them in one, rather than just, you know, having a military base. That's just Army, then Navy, then Air Force. You can do them all. Kind of cool. Love the details here. Love it. Boom. All right, now that needs to be in power too. So let's go ahead and build a connection to that. We'll build another power line if we can. Let's zoom in just a little bit further. Ah, if we try to build, it zooms out. Darn. Makes it a little tricky, but we can do this. Let's go here. And I'll try to do this like this. Oh, I don't like those wires crossing, but alright, it'll do. It's just the tutorial after all. Oh yeah, we need to connect the wires too. So from here to here. There we go. Cool. Build a fully functioning strength training building. And the last thing is... oh, just those two. Outstanding. The camp is now operational. I see some new faces. It seems my advertising campaign was effective after all. Let's take a closer look. Make sure you check everybody's skills and traits. If they have the wrong skills or traits, they won't be effective on missions, and that's something we can't afford. Let's start with that one there. For the training program, we'll need someone with an athletic build, someone who's used to physical activity. I don't think that's the case here. This recruit isn't in great shape. I don't see much potential. Maybe we should take a look at some other recruits, and we'll figure out what we can do with this one. Let's see about this recruit. Ah, much better. That's the one. This recruit's really in good shape. I think they have a lot of potential. The decision's yours, but we need to recruit someone as soon as possible. Pick them and we'll start training. Alright, we'll go ahead and get this person as a recruit. A private, yep. Yeah. Well, if our nation is, you know, being invaded, I suppose anybody and everybody should be able to fight. Soldier, get to work. Oh, sorry, I get excited every time a new cadet steps onto the training field. I love the smell of sweat in the morning. Reminds me of my early days, except it was a lot tougher back then. Sergeant Campbell, he was one tough guy. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, skills training. You see, when a recruit comes into a camp as a private, they'll go into whatever training they want unless you tell them otherwise. Young people today have no respect for anything. They think they can do whatever they want. My buddy, Sergeant Campbell, could see them. Oh, it would drive him nuts. Like I said, they're hard-headed. The only solution is for you to tell them where you want them to train. Our recruit is on their... a new recruit is on the way. Strength training building. But we're going to change their plans. Click on the soldier, and in the service section of the info panel, assign them to intelligence training. When the time comes, it'll come in handy if we're able to specialize troops into comms operators. Remember what I told you, skills training is key when deciding what specializations cadets should have. Finally, if you want your troops to train faster, you can speed things up in the menu or the bottom right of your screen. It's a lot ahead. Let's get to work. Yeah, let's do it! Alright, assign the intelligence training building to private. So, let's see. Strength intelligence, right? So, we can hire him as well. Let's do that. I want multiple... oh, come on now. I'm going to have to hire him anyway.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's have her go to intelligence training instead. Yep. All right, you've done very well. Training is going smoothly. I think we're ready to bring in more recruits. That's what I was trying to do. Let's see if we can get a few artillery specialists, comms operators, but first they'll need to complete their training as privates. Let's focus on training more troops. I'll tell you how specializations work later. I'll leave it in your hands. Don't let me down. Okay. Hire some privates while the night falls. Cool, new privates coming in. Let's see, what do we got? Canteen, barracks, private house, premium houses. Wow, research labs. Oh, right, this game allows us to do research. So let's take a look at the, wow, very beefy research chain. Explosive engineers, sniper specialization, instructors buildings, snow troopers, optical camouflage inhibitors. Oh, right, defenses, right. We can have a security hub, anti-drone batteries, shield inhibitors. Interesting. Things around essential energy production, so we can work on, like, for example, a windmill, I think? Solar panels, yeah. Anything to be efficient is good. Lots of research there. And another recruit.
Woo!
Let's immediately get you on training. Get to work. Alright, we need to wait for night to fall, but we've required or requested more of our recruits to require them to go to training. That's what we want to do. So rank 1, we have money coming in, 575. I assume this works kind of like how it does in Theme Hospital or any of the other games like, you know, 2 Point Hospital, 2 Point Campus, where as you hit goals, you get more money, more funding, and thus more power. It's almost nighttime. Time flies when you're busy. Your people, recruits included, need to go to sleep at night. Rest is important. However, if you want this to work right, our camp will have to provide services around the clock. Obviously, we can't make them work day and night. That would be inhumane. Darn. Well, we can assign some of our workers to the night shift. Pay attention. This is important. To make the best use of the people's skills, managing the schedules is important. Don't worry, it's easier than it looks. You can bring up the info panel by selecting a soldier or worker. Here you can see their schedule and the buildings they're assigned to. The schedule has a day and night shift divided into service and rest periods. Important to find a balance between these if you want to keep morale high and prevent injury. Luckily, I'm always on top of things. I prepared a couple of standard schedules for you to use. Simply select whoever you want to choose and a day and night cycle for them, right? You can customize schedules by clicking on each box separately. It's getting dark. The camp has to keep going. Hire a cook and assign them to the night shift. Well, there we go. Welcome aboard, Mia Wilson. You're now a chef. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
And it's time to get on that night shift.
Consider it done, boss.
Beautiful. Love that can-do attitude. Excellent. All right, so now we'll have somebody doing, I guess, mess hall stuff, the canteen, day and night. Oh, look at the canteen. That looks so much better now. Oh, and look at the animations, too, for all the different jobs. Maintenance room has different animations and things around it. You can actually see the cook cutting, peeling potatoes and doing other things around the little kitchen. People here grabbing books, and yeah, everything's got some real nice detail to it. And of course, the boxing ring from Final Fantasy VII. Good job! Our camp will have a 24/7 kitchen service. Remember that when you hire a recruit or someone, they'll have a night or day schedule depending on when they first set foot into the camp. The time of day is given on the time bar at the bottom right of your screen. You can also speed up time if you prefer to skip the wait. You need to arrange our troops' schedules well. Make sure that all other camp services are provided around the clock and everything will run smoothly. But let's get on with the lesson. The sun is going down and our cadets and workers have finished for the day. This truly has been the longest day. It's important that they get a good night's rest so they'll be able to work hard tomorrow. We can't afford to have people slacking around here. We'll keep morale high if we want to keep this going. In my day, Sergeant Campbell knew how to be persuasive, but his methods, thankfully, are a thing of the past. I never thought a cadet could run so much, but apparently alligators are pretty fast. Nowadays, less medieval methods are used to encourage the troops, keep morale up. You have to be careful not to assign too much work. Also, as you may have seen, you can construct certain buildings or other entertainment amenities to reduce stress. How about a game at the arcade or a visit to the museum? I guarantee you the troops will appreciate it and they'll show their appreciation by working hard. So much for today's lessons. Build an entertainment building if you'd like to add some streetlights to our camp. Troops can't see in the dark yet. That's right. Until we get night vision goggles, that's right. Okay, an entertainment building, an arcade if you will. Now this is going to be noisy, so we want to keep that away from the barracks. I think we'll put that about here. And some streetlights to fancify things. Oh yeah. I like this one. I've always liked that one. Oh, there's like little nodes in between. I love that. Oh wow, we can even put a node outside of a barracks. Oh, I love that. Like we can actually put, like there's smaller nodes for things like benches and lights. That's great. Okay, we put that up about there. Cool. Build a fully functioning building. Oh yeah, the entertainment building needs power. Back to electricity. Maybe we can build it across the buildings. Let's see. Sure can. Hire a few more privates during the night shift. All right, let's hire them as
All right.
regular recruits. And there they go. Man, traffic is bumping. Look at the vehicles, too. Wow, they put a lot of nice work into making these cars look nice, even though you're never going to see them in the camp itself. This is just a little road that passes by the military camp. Very nice. All right, let's speed up time. Not bad. The best part about this game is figuring out how to basically keep things separated but also together. You want to keep all your barracks together in a canteen nearby and also entertainment, but then you want to separate those with decorations and things so that way they're not too loud, and then keep the training nearby because nobody wants their troops to have to walk so far to get to food and training. And in fact, this is a pretty good start so far. Oh, here's more of the map too with large, massive walls, tunnels, and maybe possibly water that they're kind of keeping away from the people. And we got to push all the way to the top to this dude's fortress. They came down across the, it was like winter is coming. They poured across the border and took over everything except for, luckily we're holding on to 2 little regions there. Train a soldier to reach 60 intelligent points. Okay. We'll have to see who might possibly train in that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we got a few of them on intelligence training, so it's just going to take a little bit. And we could hire more recruits, but I think we're almost at our cap. Hold on. Not sure how many are here. I love to see the camp in full swing. The hard training, the sun in your face, and the sobs of troops begging for mercy. Reminds me of the good old days. It's time to take our training one step further. The rookies are ready for their specializations. They'll go from inexperienced weaklings to well-trained professionals. How exciting. I don't know if you've noticed, each soldier's info panel allows you to choose which class you'd like them to specialize in and shows what skills are required. When one of our soldiers meets the requirements, they'll let you know when they're ready for specialization. However, I recommend that you check how our cadets are progressing from time to time. We need a comms operator, but we can't promote one before building a comms operator specialization building. Once you have it, just go to the soldier's info panel, and from there, bring up the specialization tree. It's that easy. I'll leave it to you. Make me proud. Right. A lot of words there, but basically straightforward that we need to build a, now we're starting with the actual specialization, like what they're going to do on the battlefield. So after they're trained in being agile and strong and smart, now we need to put those skills to use in something like, for example, well, a comms operator. Let's go ahead and assign somebody to work on that. You there. Oh, I see. We can't assign anybody until they're ready. So we gotta wait until they're ready. We can't just tell them to go there once they're ready. Has to be after. Well, let's see. We got strength training and intelligence. Let's work on maybe agility. Will they let us put that down? Oh, accuracy. And speed. Let's put that down. And also speed. Getting a red alert. This is the everything's okay alarm. It'll sound every 1 second whenever anything is okay. So obviously everything is hunky-dory now, and we have nothing to worry about whatsoever. You can tell by the large noise. Okay, cool. All right, let's connect the power lines. Oh, actually everything's within power. Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's set your goal to become a comms operator.
Yes, sir.
And now we have more training buildings for all the troops. Congratulations, officer. We now have our first specialist. The camp will be full of true professionals soon. Give it time, as I mentioned. We can make troops work the day or night shift, but that's not all. If you want, you can ask them to work more hours or give them some time off. This can be useful when you're close to reaching a training target or if you think a soldier needs to rest and recover. But be careful, don't push the new people too hard or things will go badly. Tired cadet is more likely to be injured. Rest is just as important as work. If not, more. Don't forget that. That said, we can't let our troops take too many days off either or they'll get lazy. Anyway, I think you know everything there is to know about how we train troops. It's time to get serious. We need to start running missions as soon as possible. In addition to a comms operator, we need 2 artillery specialists. Get on it right away. Once they're ready, we'll be able to stand up to the damn dunderhead dragon. Let's get to work. Alright, so with a comms operator and with artillery, we'll be able to call in artillery strikes on the enemy. So now we're starting to get into a little bit more important aspects of this. So now we need artillery training, so that should be under here. And there's our artillery training right there. And look at these buildings. We've got a mortar operator. Also, there's like a 50 cal or something like that, like a 30 cal something. And there's our intelligence training there. Or comms. They're doing their damnedest to learn how to use that radio. All right, let's specialize 2 people in artillery, shall we? Let's find out who might be able to do that.
Yes, sir.
We'll just pick whomever. Let's go with the artillery, which takes a little bit more strength. That's a good soldier for that.
Yes, sir.
So they need to be strong. And we need another strong soldier. Well, I think we're going to be out of space here. Can we build another barracks? Yeah, we sure can. Let's hire some more troops. We'll hire whoever.
All right.
Yes!
Well, this one has 20 strength already. She needs to be at 60, though, to get it done. Alright, so everyone's going to start their training. They need accuracy training, I think, so that's where they're going to go first. Well, let's speed things up. Now we got 14 people here, at least 14 military personnel, planning on going into their specialization shortly.
Yes, sir.
Oh, good, we're getting that strength up. We can even have people train at nighttime. Man, look at the animations for all this stuff. Accuracy training. They're training on some M16s there, it looks like. That's really cool. They like get to train on like M16s. Sometimes there's Shermans around. Sometimes there's like Apache helicopters or Hueys or whatever. A lot of mix of different things from history. Pretty cool, actually. Lots of training going on there.
Yes, sir.
Alright, I think our guy's almost ready. Just a little bit further. Oh, he's at 55 out of 60, just a little bit more. There we go. I think we're ready to specialize now as a artillery specialist.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yep.
The recruits have become fully fledged professionals. I think they're qualified to take on their first mission. Let's do it. Complete your first mission. Oh, we got to build a helicopter. Yeah, a heliport. I see you haven't built your heliport yet. We can't send people to the front without transport. Let's fix that. Heliports are essential buildings. They enable us to send the troops on missions. It's essential that we build one as soon as possible. Think carefully about where you want to put it. Try not to disturb the troops while they're resting. Can't imagine how loud a fully loaded helicopter can be. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go and put our heliport down. Right about here is a good spot, actually. And let's save the world. Start your engines, boys. It's time to fly. Check the map to see where we're needed. Yeah, let's see where we're headed. Oh, looks like they're in urgent need of help at the Rocky Appendix. If you select the mission on the map, You will see the information requirements, the troops we can send, and reason for the mission. Yeah. So just like when you need like a, I don't know, a guard minion and also a worker or something in Evil Genius. So I love that. It feels familiar, but we're not just sending out like minions to kind of spy and steal. We're sending out troops to blow the way open. Seems like the citizens are in desperate need. Dragon has banned cabbage in their territory. It's a national delicacy. Stuffed cabbage, cabbage soup, cabbage pie. Classic sauerkraut. They even banned Brussels sprouts. You know, the ones that people saute in butter? So delicious. Oh my God, it's so heartless and cruel.
Hey!
These people can't live without cabbage. We need to do something immediately. Like the troops you want to send on the mission, at the bottom you can see their probability of victory in percent. The better trained the troops are, the more likely they are to succeed with the mission. As you can see, each mission has the requirements we have to meet. This one asks us to send the comms operator and 2 artillery specialists. If we succeed, we can have more money for our camp. Come on, let's get on with it. These people can't hold on a minute longer. All right, let's go get that cabbage, y'all. So, how do we send out a mission then? Complete your first mission. Can we tell people to go here? Oh, we can upgrade buildings too. All right. Yeah, you can see the noise that they generate, the maintenance, yeah, all that stuff. Okay, let's go on a mission. I think we need to click here. Ah, there it is. So details on the mission and what's going to be occurring here. We need to have then the comms operator.
Copy that, boss.
And the 2 artillery specialists.
Copy that, boss. Roger that.
Giving us a chance of success. Where's the percentage? I thought they said percent. Well, it looks like we're most likely to win, and we'll earn about 6,000 coin for that. That's a lot more recruits. Let's see if they're successful. Alright, so troops are loading up into the chopper. It used to be where I think you could see the troops go to this building and then the helicopter take off, but I'm not sure. Well, we'll see if they can complete that mission. While we're waiting, let's take a look at the world map. So we have positions here that give us food, munitions, and fuel, and then if we capture over here, we might be able to get more, maybe medical supplies. Maybe we can get more manpower by liberating a region. They'll want to not have anything to do with the enemy and come help us out by being a part of our one military camp. Hopefully. We'll see. Alright, mission progress is over 50%. We're just going to kind of focus on this for now. A lot of other things need to happen in the camp, but we're good. We're just going to focus on this. And a little bit more. Also, I think we can see the population of this particular camp, but we can capture camps and build camps on other areas around the map, like for example up here. So based on where we do our missions, we'll be able to creep up and eventually take over other camps and then add our troops together. Alright, hopefully the mission's a success. Now we need to click here to retrieve our troops.
Great victory, squad!
Alright!
Go take some rest and get ready for the next mission.
Hell yeah, save the cabbages, save the world. We did it. A villager. Hooray, you saved us! The despicable dragon had us on bread and water. He took away our cabbage and made us burn our entire crop. A lot of good cabbages died on that horrible summer evening.
Yeah!
Alright. Yes, I propose we erect a statue for our fallen cabbage, and from now on we shall remember this as Cabbage Day. Well,
Yeah!
we shall cook cabbage for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We shall bring offerings to the cabbage god, and enough. I think you're getting a bit too excited.
Yes!
We could do that, or maybe we don't do any of this and just focus on rebuilding the city. That sounds better. Sound like yourself again. I thought I lost you. Please, Sergeant, you have to do something. Our friends from the Southern Territories have told us that their situation is starting to get very bad. Jantine Roosevelt, one of Dragon's top 3 generals, rules with an iron fist, and she doesn't mess around. Be careful. Ah, yes, one of our first enemies. Well done, you did a great job. The people of Rocky Appendix now live in peace. You've earned some rest, and the good news, we won't stop there. We've earned some extra money we can use to upgrade the camp. Every time we reclaim a territory and bring in more funding for our cause, the more territories we liberate, the more economic support we will have. And this will allow us to upgrade our camp and train more troops. But we aren't here to take territories back. We also have to maintain good relations with towns in them. Each town has a popularity rating that we have to monitor. If this rating is high enough, we gain additional funds to take on Dragon. Troops coming from these towns have better traits. Plus, we get special deals with suppliers there. Ooh, that's an interesting military gameplay mechanic. To improve relations with the towns, we can attend to their needs and respond to their requests. Our reputation improves. We resolve issues. However, not helping them or failing in our efforts could have the opposite effect. Also, if you see that town has a low popularity but no active requests, you can help them by sending personnel to serve there permanently. Towns often need medicine or maintenance or other issues to solve, so keep an eye out. Treat the different towns well and they'll support us unconditionally. Only if we remain united can we defeat Dragon.
Well done!
You learn fast. I like seeing that enthusiasm in people I work with. Keep it up. We still have one more important topic to cover, and I think you'll like it. Technology. Our enemy uses state-of-the-art equipment, and it's key that we do the same. In addition to constructing buildings and recruiting soldiers, we need to improve our infrastructure and research new technologies. To do this, we use research points. We earn these points at research labs, where our best minds are focused on studying and learning everything they can do to improve the camp. Thanks to their tireless efforts, we earn research points that we can redeem for new advances on the technology tree. Sound good? Build a research lab and hire a researcher. Once we have one, I'll tell you a bit more about the tech tree. Alright, research lab and officer. Well, tech officer. A science lab guy. A nerd. Alright, let's find a nerd. Anyone will do, it's fine. This guy will be fine. Woo! Let's go. Well done. We're all set to start researching new technologies. I set aside a few research points for when you were ready. We could use them to improve our current infrastructure, but we're going to start by developing a new building. Start by developing the explosives engineer specialization building. This will provide us with a new type of specialty training that is essential for some missions. Later on, you'll be able to develop defensive structures and, alternative energy sources. Nice. There's lots to choose from, so take a look. Is that clear? Develop the new tech and start upgrading the camp. And don't forget to upgrade other buildings from time to time. Don't let them beat us in the science race. You got it. So yeah, not only can we research new stuff, but we can also upgrade stuff. So each of these buildings can be upgraded multiple times, which is pretty cool. All right, let's go for this one. Explosives engineer specialization. You got it.
Yep.
Our camp is now fully operational. Little by little, we will recover the other territories from Dragon's clutches. That know-nothing, good-for-nothing spineless, he's getting on my nerves. The biggest regret is not being able to confront him face-to-face. While the others went to fight, I had to stay in the rear. Someone had to train the new batch of recruits. How frustrating. Well, we have to put an end to his plans and restore the peace to these lands. Our first victory gives us hope that we will succeed. I've taught you the basics of getting the camp up and running, but there are still many things we have to talk about during your adventure. I believe that you'll defeat Dragon. Together, we will end his reign of evil. We will take back every territory in the country and drive the vermin from our lands. Good luck. Oh, yes. And now it begins. So our next goal is to basically complete the deforestation in the valley, which is to hire, a couple of infantry, right? We're hiring infantry and explosive engineers. So, yeah, going to be a big omission there. So let's get to it then. Now, for one military camp, make sure you check the link down below in the description to get it for yourself for today if you're interested. Otherwise, there could also be possibly a demo for free on Steam in the future, and we'll be doing more live streams and videos on one military camp in the future. So make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell, leave a like. Thanks for becoming members. Thanks for dropping by, and I hope you all enjoy your day. Thanks for watching. Dino Man out.